Today I'm going to be synthesizing Stephen Bartlett's podcast, aka The Diary of a CEO, with a very intelligent Harvard professor called Dr. Daniel Lieberman. I think that's the pronunciation, Lieberman, about the title of the podcast is revealing the 7 big lies about exercise, sleep. I'm just reading it off: running, cancer, and sugar. Whilst I'm not going to take you through those 7 lies, I'm going to walk you through the key nuggets, ingredients that I took away that resonated with me and I thought would be worth sharing with you. So without further ado, let's get right to it. One of the biggest takeaways from Dr. Daniel Lieberman's life is the importance of resistance training. He says that as a result of the fact that we lose muscle mass as we get older, it's particularly important to do resistance training when you get older. A lot of people are under the illusion that exercising when you're young is important. You know, when you're young, fit, healthy, high energy, that's a very, very important time to do exercise. While they're not wrong necessarily, he argues that it's perhaps more important, it is more important to do resistance training when you get older because we lose testosterone, certainly as men, and muscle mass, but among women as well. Physical activity, in actual fact, slows our bodies degrading as we get older. It therefore, as I said before, becomes more, not less, important when we get older. So remove the myth of physical retirement out of your mind. For example, loads of people are under the illusion that after the age of 50, 60, if I'm in great health, I can just put my feet up, watch TV and completely relax. Couldn't be further from the truth, okay? The truth is that it's more, not less important as you get older, because you simply will not live as long if you don't. Overcome the physical instinct that has been so ingrained in your mind to take it easy, to take the escalator rather than the stairs. Take the more physically demanding path. Overcome that desire for comfort. He was commenting on the fact that all you ever see in advertisements is Mackie D's adverts, KFC adverts, adverts for fast food, adverts for a new luxury, comfortable mattress, this, that. Everything's so comfortable, you're encouraged to take the lift, the escalator. The next time, okay, here's an actionable step for you. The next time you see an escalator and some stairs, take the stairs, okay? Because you'll live longer and your body will thank you later. Your mind will thank you later. Take the more difficult, uncomfortable path. Next up, exercise enjoyment. When you're unfit, exercise is horrible. I'm not going to tiptoe around it. It is nasty. It's sweaty, it's uncomfortable, it's painful. You feel like you look stupid. You worry about what everyone thinks about you. You worry if you're doing, I always go down to the tricep pull downs. You worry you're doing tricep pull downs the wrong way, with the wrong form, the wrong amounts. Everything is pretty grimy and miserable. Okay, that's the reality of it. But here's the good news. That changes when you become fit and resistant. That changes when you become stronger. That changes when we become more aesthetic, when you look better, when you look healthier. And when you are healthier, when your endurance is better, when your strength is better, when you can lift higher weights, when you've put in the reps, when you've done the research, the inevitable research through, trial and error, failure, success, so on and so forth, it just gets easier and easier and easier. And that momentum builds and you'll get to a point where you actually really want to go to the gym. You enjoy going to the gym, you enjoy working out, you enjoy doing this physical activity, which is ultimately one of the elixirs of life, which will extend your life, which, as I said before, becomes more important, not less important, as you get older. So one of Dr. Daniel Lieberman's points is the need for compassion for unfit people. So if you have a friend, partner, family member, whoever it may be, that perhaps is out of shape or just hasn't gone to the gym, so chances are, so people can look fit as well. They can look quite lean, skinny, whatever it may be, but actually their endurance is horrible. They're not fit at all. Be compassionate. Understand what I've just said. Understand how much harder it is, how much more resistance there is for people that are unfit. And with that in mind, approach it from that angle, from an angle of compassion, rather than, oh, you've got the wrong mindset, bro. You don't work out. Look at you, you're skinny. Look at you, skinny Ray. Just go to the gym. Realize that it's not that easy. It is for you because you put in the hours, you put in the work, and you get a lot more dopamine from going to the gym, which is another fact that I'm about to move on to, but also the fact that there is much less friction for you than for someone that is unfit, that is obese, that hasn't exercised much in their life. Be compassionate. So yes, going back to the dopamine point, fit people release high amounts of dopamine. after exercise. Obese/unfit people do not. And it could take years before you achieve that kind of dopamine high after you work out or during the workout. So here's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that, you know, when you worked out last and you felt really good, when you got that pump, or you got a really good sweat out and you felt really good, the endorphins were going, the dopamine was high, and you just felt motivated and good about yourself. That feeling did not come after one training session, 2 training sessions, 3 training sessions. That feeling came after months and months and months, if not years of training and working out and being physically active. So just remember that people that aren't physically active will not have that same reaction, both during and post the workout. So once again, be compassionate, be understanding of that, be understanding of your partner, your wife, your husband who hasn't worked out, be understanding of why they don't want to go to the gym, why it is that they do not want to do physical activity, because the friction is, in a word, 10 times higher than it is for you. Dr. Daniel Lieberman explained cancer in a way that I've never really thought about before, which I want to share with you. If your body has a lot of energy, i.e. consuming a lot of food, and is physically inactive, cells compete more and more and more for that energy in the body than if you were more active. There is much more of a natural selection process that goes on within the body, increasing the fight for energy and the chances of cell mutation, i.e. cancer. So in a word, the more physically active you are, the less of a risk of cancer you have. The doctor says that there's so much talk on cancer treatment, on chemo, on X, Y, and Z drug that you should be taking or should be prescribed. But the focus, or at least more of the focus, should be on how to prevent cancer in the first place. And physical activity should be at the top of that list. Let's not have ourselves fighting over energy in the body. And here's a really interesting quote, fact related to physical activity and cancer within women. I'm going to read it off to you. Women who get 150 minutes of physical activity per week, okay, have on average 30 to 50% lower lifetime breast cancer risks than those that are sedentary. 30 to 50%. Here's another myth. Running damages your knees. That is untrue. Running doesn't actually increase cartilage damage or arthritis whatsoever. But in actual fact, along with physical activity, it helps promote strong and healthy joints and your repair mechanisms. His next point, cardio is king. Cardio is the bedrock of all physical activity. He stresses the importance of getting your cardio. So many people sitting in the gym, bodybuilders, love to work out, and that's great. Hit chest, hit tries, hit, push pull, leg split, do all of that. But you must hit cardio. You must not neglect cardio. Otherwise, everything I've just said doesn't apply to you. And your chances of getting cancer skyrocket. Your chances of living, less long, less happy, fulfilled life increases if you don't hit cardio. All you have to do is just mix cardio in with your workouts. And on that point of mixing, the best workouts are the ones that you mix up. The workouts that, according to academic literature, according to Dr. Daniel Lieberman, the ones that we enjoy the most are the ones that we mix up the most. If you just do push-pull legs every single week, you will get bored. That will become mundane, monotonous, boring, and you're going to get sleepy and tired about it, and you're not going to be energized and motivated to do that. So mix it up and use cardio as a tool of mixing your workouts up. He then stresses the importance of compassionate accountability. He says to be kind to yourself. For example, no shaming or gloating, but positive reinforcement and healthy competition and accountability. Don't put anyone down, only bring people up. Respect the fact that they're trying to do the exact same thing that you're trying to do. If you see anyone in the gym, don't be putting anyone down, only be uplifting them. They're trying to get better like you. They're trying to be healthier, happier, and so forth. Reduces their chance of cancer. They're trying to do all these same things as you, so don't put them down. Don't gloat, don't show off on social media too much. Just be compassionately accountable, but also be competitive, because competitiveness and accountability go hand in hand. So being competitive with others, trying to, beat their PR or run an extra mile than your friend or whatever it may be, that can greatly help increase motivation and longevity, or your chances of wanting to work out more and more and more for a longer period of time, which is the ultimate aim. And finally, 2 motivators to engage in physical activity. And this is a quote from him, the doctor. I think people are physically active for 2 reasons: when it's necessary or rewarding. And what makes it rewarding for most people is the social aspect. So, how to make your workout social? Do them with friends. Go to the gym with a workout partner. Go for a run with a group of friends. Your husband, your wife, family members. Go for a family jog on a Sunday. Convince your friends to run that extra mile with you and use them to keep you accountable. And remember, only 50% of Americans exercise, period. So by exercising as well, you are immediately putting yourself, by doing push-pull leg split, as Chris Williamson said, literally in a little short that I saw before this, you are putting yourself pretty much in the top 1% of people in your country. Remember that, stay physically active, and I'll catch you in the next one.